Hello and welcome to today's presentation on how to rebuild your brand in the digital space. I'm just going to share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so to begin with, I know you're here because you're keen to rebuild your online presence with a strong content strategy to see out 2021 and welcome 2022. Now, it's all going to be about appearing everywhere and remaining top of mind for customers and collaborators, past, present, and future. So this session will highlight top-level tips for creating an engaging and effective content marketing strategy via blogging, social media, email marketing, podcasting, webinars, and more. See, visibility is key for building that know, like, and trust factor. So I'm here to provide you the tools and platforms you need to get noticed. We only have 20 minutes together here, so I can't go too deep into everything. But yes, rest assured, I offered one-on-one power hours. If you'd like to delve deeper into any of the aspects covered today, I'll give you details for that at the end of the presentation. But for now, let's define content marketing. So content marketing is a strategic marketing and business process focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content. In the majority of cases, the content is free for people to consume. So you might be wondering right now, hey, Leanne, how does free content help put food on the table, cover the bills, and pay for my kids' swimming lessons, dancing, soccer, karate, and all the rest? Well, the aim is to attract and retain a clearly defined audience, ultimately turning them into paying customers. You can't just create a beautiful website and then leave it alone for 5 years and then not do anything else in the digital space, because things have changed. Yes, once upon a time, we relied upon a salesperson at the store to explain the benefits of their product or service. We had a conversation with them. We collected brochures. We went home and discussed it with our partners. We then started the process all over again at a competing store to find out the best deals. Sorry, just a moment. Okay, so, well, you might be too young to go through this process yourself, but you probably witness your parents go through it when buying a new family car or planning a holiday. Anyway, these days, we all have this information available at our fingertips online. We're following business pages on social media and subscribing to their emails. We're checking out online forums to see the pros and cons of investing in a particular product or service. We're following brands on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. We're listening to podcasts and signing up to webinars. And we're Googling our little hearts out to check out articles and websites. Only then, after approximately 7 touch points, will we consider making a purchase. We want to be fully educated before even approaching a salesperson, whether it's face-to-face in store, via phone call, email, or simply clicking that button to buy. So you've got to show up to be in it to win it, or win them over, because people shouldn't be called it. Anyway, if you do a good job, you'll build stronger relationships with the audience, which leads to trust, which leads to sales, which leads to business growth, which leads to self-satisfaction and a healthier bank account. But before we get started, you need to know your target market. Who are they? How old are they? Male, female, married, single, kids? What are their pain points? What keeps them up at night? And then think about what solutions you then offer to solve those pain points. Also, where are they hanging out online and how are they consuming media? If you don't have clarity around this stuff first, you could find yourself showing up in all the wrong places, like Instagram when they're a generation of TikTokers. So if you'd like to just pause the recording, write down some notes about who your target audience is. Okay, so now we're going to kick off a content marketing strategy and I'll take you through it step by step. So yes, it can feel a little overwhelming when you think about all the stuff you can do online to promote your business, like social media posts, Facebook Lives, blogs, e-newsletters, ebooks, YouTube videos, webinars, and podcasts. It's very exhausting, but it doesn't have to be complicated to create a strategy. So I'm going to help you focus on creating a beginner strategy that works. So step 1, decide on a monthly theme for the next 3 to 6 months. For example, say you're an interior decorator. The theme for the first month could be living rooms. For the second month, you could focus on bathrooms. So once you decide on a theme, you make all your content dedicated to that for that month. This just helps you get super focused. So pause the recording and brainstorm for about a minute some different themes you could do. Step 2, write a blog on the topic. And look, I feel blogs are underestimated because you're not just writing something to build your brand authority and improve search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO, or ways to ensure search engines can find your content. You're also creating a key piece of content for your business. So think of it this way. When you're Googling something, what comes up? So unless it's a paid ad, most of the time it's articles and blogs. One second. And that's gold digital real estate right there. So if you want to appear yourself, it comes down to getting the SEO keyword phrases right. In other words, understanding the pain points of your target market and inserting them into your blog via the headings and body text. So now you probably get why I said knowing your audience upfront is so important, right? So what are people searching for Google when it comes to your products and services? And what solutions do you provide? Those are the things you need to be writing about. So pause this recording and have a think about the potential topics you could write about. So I highly recommend an awesome browser extension called Keywords Everywhere. For a very small fee, for 10,000 searches, you can type in stuff and get an idea. When I say stuff, type in some keywords and get an idea of what people are searching for around that topic. So using my living rooms example, I can see here there's 110,000 searches for living rooms, decorating ideas for living rooms. And then there's 14,800 searches for color schemes for living rooms. While those are very high numbers to compete with, it gives you an idea of the topics people are interested in. Now on this screen, you can see how to decorate a living room on a budget is only 390 searches, which gives you some space to jump in and win over that top spot. And on the left, what do you see in both of these examples? Blogs. So you can also check out what your competitors are saying, then create an even better version of the article. If you have any questions, of course, you can let me know and we can lock in a power hour after this, you've watched this whole recording. So step 3 is repurpose your blog. So now that you've created a key piece of content, it's time to repurpose it. Don't just wait for people to stumble across it in Google. This is where the rest of your content marketing strategy comes in. So A, use the content to create multiple social media posts that link back to your blog. So personally, I create social media posts for every blog I write for a client. They are extracted almost word for word, often with a question added to encourage engagement. In most instances, my team also creates graphics in Canva using my client's brand style guide to go with it. So those 5 posts can be spread over 5 days, 5 weeks, or even 5 months if your blog is evergreen. That is, it doesn't become irrelevant over time. You can also add other social media posts to the mix as well, of course, like tips, engaging questions, motivational quotes, stories about your day and behind the business, etc. You've got to have the variety to keep the interest. You can also go on Facebook or Instagram or do a pre-recorded video summarizing the blog, or video the whole thing and upload it to YouTube. because social media platforms love videos as they keep people on their platforms. So while I get it scary, it's also a great way for people to bond with you and your brand. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but YouTube is the second biggest search engine after Google. Now, while on this point, I'd like to add here that if you prefer to speak your message rather than write it, you can jump straight to YouTube to create your core piece of content. Then cut that up into multiple videos to share across social media. Or get a transcript via rev.com and turn that into a blog. Then create multiple written posts. Or you can do all of the above. So you can also do what I did and start a podcast. But it's a whole other level that I won't scare you with now. So I know I've digressed a bit, but I feel it's important for you to understand there's no cookie cutter approach here. I also want to add that I have a virtual marketing assistant working 20 hours per week who helps me action all the above for right time marketing. So if you're determined to be everywhere, and I've honestly been told that based on my own strategy, it's worth the investment in a VA. C, oops, back again. Share your core piece of content, whether it's a blog, YouTube video, a podcast episode, and e-newsletter to your database. This database can be made up of past and current customers, as well as potential customers who sign up via a lead magnet. And that then brings me to D. Take your original blog, add graphics via Canva, change it to a PDF, and turn it into a free lead magnet, encouraging people to exchange their email address and join your database in exchange for this valuable information. So your free lead magnet could also be an ebook, which is simply a collection of blogs on the same topic. Then turn the blog or video into a webinar. Flesh it out, add some slides, and promote it. It's another great way to build your database. You can also flesh it out even further and turn it into a program or course that people pay for. F, use the content to pitch to others. So this could be a podcast host saying what topic and value you can share with their audience. Or it could be to a local newspaper or industry-related magazine. So, as you can see, there's so much you can do after creating just one key piece of content in whatever format you choose. You can also work backwards. So if you've already got a program or course, break it down into shorter blogs or posts that can act as teasers for the real thing. So to summarize, decide on a theme, create one core piece of content, and then reuse the crap out of it in as many digital forms as possible throughout that month. Or if 1 month is too hard to manage, spread the theme over 2 months. Block out time in your calendar every week to work on the stuff, or block out time to brief your VA if you're getting assistance. And I want to add a little bonus tip here if you ultimately want to rebuild your brand, something that's worked phenomenally for me, and that is networking. Yes, real life face-to-face networking, which we're thankfully allowed to do again. So if you're showing up on socials, showing up in people's inboxes, showing up on videos on podcasts, and then showing up at events where these people are hanging out, you're almost definitely going to stay top of mind. And when you meet new people, connect on social straight away to boost your chances of appearing at the top of their news feed. And that, as you may recall from the beginning of the workshop, leads to sales. So I want you now, here's your action plan to jot, let's get this happening, right? Get some paper out. You're going to make some plans. First of all, look at those themes you came up with and write down the month you're going to allocate them to. Say it's January, February, March, April. Then look at those pain points and jot down some blog or video topics that solve those pain points. Look at keywords everywhere and see what kind of questions that you can respond to. And then jot down how you plan to repurpose your core piece of content. Because showing up consistently in the digital space and complementing it with networking will make a difference to your business. It may not happen overnight, but with consistency, you'll reap the benefits 3, 6, or 12 months down the track. Now, if you need further support, as I mentioned, I'm happy to line up a power hour with you. Usually $247 plus GST. I'm doing a special offer for the Parramatta Back to Business Conference. So for you all, it'll only be $197 plus GST, but get it quick because I have limited spots available for December and January. And there's a QR code for you. So start now, start showing up because your message needs to be heard. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to hear from you soon and get following you, your journey on LinkedIn. See you later. Bye.